Hi, and welcome to aehelp.com's IELTS test preparation videos. Now I will show you a Band 9 sample Task 2 essay with correct content and structure. I will give you the effective strategies so you can get these high scores. For this lesson, we have partnered with Skillshare, a world-class platform that lets you choose from hundreds of different skills taught by professionals. Explore your creativity, whether improving your writing, your reading, or your vocabulary for your next IELTS exam. Skillshare is a great place to start. You can use this code to get your first 2 months for free for the first 500 people to sign up using my code. I've been using Skillshare to improve my skills in video and photography, and so far I'm loving it. For less than $10 a month on yearly plans, Skillshare is an excellent place to improve and be creative. Join Skillshare today. Now watch and learn. Step number 1 to high band scores on your Task 2 essay, of course, is to read the Task 2 question carefully. Let's do that now. IELTS Task 2 Writing. Some people believe that it is valuable for society to experiment with bacteria and viruses, while others feel this is dangerous and should not be done. Discuss both views and give your own opinion. Use examples and explanations from your own knowledge to support your position. You should write at least 250 words. After you read the question carefully, your next step should always be to paraphrase the question. This means rewrite the question in your own words. This will help you gather valuable vocabulary. It will also make sure that you truly understand the question that you're being asked. So let's do that now. Certain individuals ascertain that there are benefits to communities doing research with microbes like bacteria and viruses. Others, however, feel that this is harmful and must be avoided. Express your thoughts on both sides and give your own perspective. Use your own life references to support your arguments. Okay, now that we've done this, we can plan our essay. There's a wise saying in English that a little bit of planning goes a long way. This is exceptionally true for your Task 2 essay. It is not a waste of time. I know that you only have 40 minutes, but with quick, effective planning, you can write a much better structured essay with better content, and you can write faster. So always take 3 to 4 minutes to plan your essay. For planning your essay, your first step is to identify the topic. This means figuring out exactly what the essay is about. In this case, the essay topic is experimenting on viruses and bacteria. Now, second, you have to figure out the controlling idea or the controlling ideas. This means, what are we thinking about in connection to the topic? In this case, what we're discussing or dealing with are the overall benefits or disadvantages of experimenting with viruses and bacteria for humans. Should we do it or should we not? Awesome. Now that we figured out the topic and the controlling ideas, we can move to the next step, which is critical thinking. Critical thinking means to ask what, why, and how about both the topic and the controlling ideas. In this case, we want to ask, what is experimenting on viruses and bacteria? And then answer as clearly as possible. Of course, visualize, imagine the situation. So here, when you close your eyes, you should see scientists in white lab coats working in laboratories using microscopes and other equipment to research bacteria and viruses. This will help you think critically and answer these questions. Overall, it will lead to a much better essay. And why? Why do we do these experiments? Because we use viruses and bacteria and understanding of them for multiple reasons. Number one, to cure humans, come up with vaccines and antibacterial medications that can help save lives. Number two, we do this kind of research to create weapons, biological weapons to be used against each other. Number three, we even use this kind of research for food production. How is this done? Well, in hospitals, universities, and military installations, many scientists around the world work hard to understand bacteria viruses and come up with different purposes and solutions to human problems and challenges. All right, so now we've thought about the topic critically. What, why, how? We want to repeat these steps for the controlling ideas. So we ask, what are the benefits of doing research on bacteria and viruses? Well, this is connected to our previous why question and answer. The benefits include medications for humans to live longer and healthier lives. All right, what are the negatives? Well, the negatives are biological warfare and accidents in laboratories that could cost humans millions or even billions of lives. Okay, so how can we see this? Well, on the positive side, over the last 100 years, we've developed vaccines for the common flu, pneumonia, malaria, and recently, even Ebola. The how question, you usually want to think of real-life specific examples. How can we see the negatives? Well, recently, the coronavirus, or the COVID-19, is causing death and illness around the world. It has now become a pandemic. Okay, I've thought critically about the topic and the controlling idea. Now, I need to decide which side of the argument I want to support. Then, I can come up with the thesis. Okay, I've spent about 3-4 minutes to get to this point. Now, I can decide that research on viruses and bacteria overall is a positive for society. After all, we have 8 billion people on Earth, and this is largely in thanks to the medical advancements of vaccines and antibacterial medication that have been developed over the past 100 years. So, I'm able to come up with the following thesis statement. Many people feel that research on bacteria and viruses should be banned as it is dangerous to human life. However, others, including myself, believe that such experiments increase longevity and improve health. The thesis statement is the last sentence of your introduction. It is the fundamental argument to your entire essay. It should be direct, like this thesis. That means the thesis tells the reader clearly the voice of the essay and the points for argument. You should not use an indirect thesis like, this essay will discuss the benefits and negatives of doing research on viruses and bacteria. This kind of thesis is indirect and does not clearly tell your reader what your arguments are. This is an ineffective thesis statement. Instead, use a direct thesis statement like I showed you previously. Now, let's talk about the other parts of the introductory paragraph. An effective high-band introduction should have a hook, which is a simple, clear statement that introduces the topic and catches the reader's attention. Also, a good introduction should include the background. The background means the definition of what you are discussing in the essay and the importance of what you are discussing in the essay. So let's recap. A good introductory paragraph should have a hook, followed by a background, and then a thesis. Take a look at this Band 9 introduction. Over the past century, humanity has spent billions of dollars researching viruses and bacteria. In hospitals, universities, and military installations around the world, people have set up laboratories and used special equipment to capture, cultivate, and identify microbes. This research has a major impact on the lives of all people. Many individuals feel that research on bacteria and viruses should be banned as it is dangerous to human life. However, others, including myself, believe that such experiments increase longevity and improve health. Now that we have our high-grade introduction, we're ready to write our body paragraphs. From our thesis statement, we can clearly see that our first body paragraph will be about the negatives of doing research on viruses and bacteria. You should always start with the body paragraph that talks about the point which you disagree with. You should always finish your essay with paragraphs that are your argument which you support. So let's write body paragraph 1 now. A high-band body paragraph should contain 4 elements: a topic sentence, explanation, example, and a connecting or concluding sentence. A topic sentence is the first sentence which explains what the body paragraph is about. This topic sentence is a deeper definition of the thesis point 1. So let's take a look at this topic sentence. A number of advocates against the experimentation of bacteria and viruses believe that this endeavor causes more suffering and death than benefits to humanity. Now, we need to follow the topic sentence with an explanation. This means why, clearly, qualitatively and quantitatively, meaning using numbers, explain what you just wrote in the topic sentence. Let's take a look at a sample Band 9 explanation. Certain types of viruses and bacteria can make people extremely ill and cause eventual death. As well, they spread exponentially through the population and can be very difficult to manage. Furthermore, humans tend to conduct research on microbes to create biological weapons which could even lead to the extinction of humanity, killing millions and even billions of people. After you've finished explaining the topic sentence, give an example. This means take an example from the real world using your own knowledge. Now, in this case, we're using first-person author voice, meaning directly writing from my opinion, because the question's asking me for this. So I can use the words I, me, my. All right, let's take a look at the example. Nowadays, I hear, read, and see news about the infamous coronavirus spreading across the globe and infecting millions of people, as well as killing 2% of those infected. Many experts believe that this is a man-made virus, but nobody seems to know the way to stop this pathogen. Now that we have our example, we can wrap up this body paragraph with a connecting and concluding sentence. This should not be difficult. Keep it simple. Take a look at this sentence here. Nevertheless, these incidents cannot be a reason for stopping medical research on microbes. For body paragraph 2, we will repeat the same structure as for body paragraph 1, except the connecting concluding sentence. We don't need it in body paragraph 2 because it will be followed by the conclusion. And the conclusion replaces, in part, the connecting concluding sentence of body paragraph 2. So let's write the topic sentence, explanation, and example for the side that I support. Arguably, the wealth of knowledge and advancement in the medical field, specifically with the understanding of microbiology, has enabled humans to not only add decades onto their lifespans, but also live with fewer illnesses. When experiments are done carefully and ethically, the medical scientist is able to develop vaccines and antibiotics which save the lives of millions of people every day. There are many antibiotics and vaccines available for illnesses like malaria, pneumonia, meningitis, and the common flu, to name just a few. These pathogens, before researching microbes, claimed the lives of many more people in the past than today. For these exact reasons, I'm strongly in favor of continuing experiments on bacteria and viruses. Fantastic. Now, all we have left is the conclusion, and we're on our way to a high Band 9 score. Let's write the conclusion together. The conclusion is the last paragraph in your essay. It is not simply a repeat or paraphrase of the introduction. An effective conclusion will include restatement of your points for argument, also your argument strengthened for the reader, and finally, a take-home message. Now, for the points restated, you can use your paraphrase that you did at the beginning during the planning stage. For the argument strengthened, you need to add some words which make your message sound strong. And finally, your take-home message is a valuable piece of information for your reader that makes your reader feel like, hey, that was a good investment of my time. I enjoyed reading that, and I took away a valuable lesson. So, let's take a look at a Band 9 conclusion for this essay. In conclusion, the experimentation of pathogens can be detrimental and beneficial for society. Either way, many experts, myself as well, believe that the overall result of such experiments is positive and must be pursued. In the end, humanity has to see the bigger picture and not get scared by momentary circumstance. Finally, our essay is done. Now, this essay is definitely over 250 words, but remember, 250 words is the minimum to get a completion score. Band 8, Band 9 essays for Task 2 will be closer to 300-350 words. Practice these steps and this structure at home. Make sure to write a direct thesis. And you will also improve your band scores for the writing section of your next IELTS exam. Good luck the next time you sit your test. To see more video lessons like this one, including a fully interactive course, 6 original practice exams, and over 100 hours of HD video lessons for all parts of the exam, visit and join our premium package at aehelp.com. Also, download and link your app, Academic IELTS Help, from your Google Play and Apple App Stores. Begin learning for success today. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch more videos. Click right here. Or click our IELTS Hero for over 100 hours of complete video lessons and 6 original practice exams to help you pass IELTS.